Sir, I have breathing problems due to adenoids. Can meditation help me overcome it?
Meditation helps you overcome every problem, A to Z. You don't have to name any problem. Name of the problem is not required.
But how do I know that meditation can help me overcome it? Because
Start doing meditation, that's all. Meditation is the only answer for every question. It is the only solution for every problem. Whatever may be the problem, go into meditation. You'll overcome the problem. Nobody should suffer with any problem. There is no need for suffering at all. Nobody should suffer. Everybody should do meditation. And everybody should be always happy, bubbling, celebrating, joyful, dancing. No problems. No physical problems, no emotional problems, no mental problems, no financial problems, no social problems. Nobody should have any problem. When they have meditation, there will be no problem at all. Without meditation, all problems are there. Physical problems, emotional problems, family problems, relationship problems, money problems. All problems are there because there is no meditation. They don't do meditation. They don't learn the new science of meditation. Meditation is must. After 24 hours, 2 hours you must close your eyes and observe your breathing. That is meditation. For everybody, including Prime Minister, they should do meditation. Everybody needs meditation. Whether you are a farmer or a businessman or a student or a teacher or a bus driver or a bus conductor or a Prime Minister or a President or a Chief Minister, everybody needs meditation. That's why we are teaching meditation to everybody. We don't want any problems to anybody. 24 hours are there, 2 hours, do meditation. Rest 22 hours, do whatever you want to do. You'll be a happy person. You'll be a healthy person. And if you don't dedicate these 2 hours for meditation, you will neither be a happy person nor be a healthy person. You'll always go towards doctors and hospitals and surgeries. No. We don't want any doctor in our life. We don't want any surgery in our life. We don't want any hospital in our life. For that, we need to give 2 hours of meditation every day. In your own home. Anytime. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. 2 hours you must give to meditation. Then no, you cannot have any problems. All physical problems, emotional problems, family problems, relationship problems, psychological problems, mental problems, everything will vanish. For everybody. Please do meditation. And spread meditation. 4 things are there. Say, learn meditation,
Learn meditation,
practice meditation,
practice meditation,
teach meditation,
teach meditation,
spread meditation.
spread meditation.
This is how you can help the whole mankind. Yourself. You can help yourself and you can help the whole mankind. When you learn and practice meditation, you are helping yourself. When you are teaching and propagating meditation, you are helping the whole mankind. Isn't it? Please do that. I don't want any problems for yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Happy evening and happy morning, friends and masters. For those who have joined from West, happy morning. A very, very warm welcome to Manifest, Elevate Your Energy program. I think after a long time, we are conducting this, and Happy New Year to you all too. So the right time to have this program at the start of the beginning of the new year. So our deepest gratitude to our inspiration, Brahmashri Pitama Patriji, who spoke about why we should be meditating every day, right? So for those of you who are new to meditation, who have just joined here, so initially we will be talking about the meditation process, the practice what we follow, and we will talk a little bit about the meditational experiences too. And then we'll start off with the manifestation science. So this program, especially Manifest, Elevate Your Energy, we go deep dive into the concepts of manifestation science, of course, and how it is, why meditation is also spoken about here. So that is what we will discuss in these 5 sessions. Okay, and for those of you who are new to the programs conducted by the Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation itself. My name is Jay Shri, and I will be discussing these concepts for this session. This is today is session 1 of the 3-day workshop manifest, and then tomorrow we'll have Rakesh sir in session 2 and session 3. So, and then again Sunday we have 2 more sessions. So total it is 5 sessions of in this manifest journey in this workshop. So initially, we'll just take an overview about what is this manifest program all about. Yes. So let me share this slide. So yes, session 1, that is today, we'll have this concepts overview and then the introduction to meditation. So those who are new, you'll understand it's a very, very simple and profound practice, the breath mindfulness meditation. And of course, we'll have a meditation segment. And then we will talk little bit about the meditational experience, just an overview, because in our 40-day flagship program, we will talk in detail about these topics. And then a very important concept to understand before, to start with the manifestation science is the placebo effect. So we will talk about placebo effect and then the manifestation process itself. And then tomorrow, so today's program is from 6 to, it might go till 8:30 IST timing, 6 to 8:30. And then tomorrow morning we'll go deep dive into the quantum physics model, understanding the neuroscience model of brain power, and of course how in the manifestation process, the first 2 points, how it plays a very important role. So we'll go deep inside that in session 2, that is tomorrow morning from 6 to 8:45 a.m. IST. Okay, so and then session 3 starts tomorrow evening, that is again from 6 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. IST, where we will be discussing about the goals, vision boards, and you will be able to practically do your vision board in the program itself. You'll draw your own vision board, define your goals, and how meditation helps here. So we will take some question and answers in all the sessions, but of course session 3 we have a dedicated segment for that. Okay, so this is Saturday, session 2 and session 3. I'm talking according to the IST timing. So then session 4 will be Sunday morning, that is again 6 to 8:45 a.m. IST, where we will deep dive into the reprogramming beliefs. What are first the beliefs which we need to reprogram. So we'll understand that first, which are called the limiting beliefs. So then how to identify your limiting beliefs. Then we'll have an exercise how to reprogram the limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs in session 4. And of course session 5, the last session of this manifest workshop, will be in Sunday evening 6 to 8:45 p.m. IST. So where we will have talk about the acceptance and gratitude, surrender nature, when we have to do, and how these all terms blend very well into the manifestation science. Okay, and then our journey forward, what to look forward in this journey. Yes, so, and of course we will hear a lot from you all about your experience in this workshop, in all the sessions, and of course any manifestation sharings also. We would love to hear from you. Yes, so that is about the overview of the manifest journey itself. So initially, when from those who know me, you know, from childhood I've been in this journey. I think about 7 years back, I've become very, very regular and very dedicated in my practice, meditation. But still, there was this analytical mind, right, which was just constantly, sending out a signal to me that is this the process which I have to believe in, which I need to trust, and all that. That was there, though I was very regular in my practice. Then I came across my dear, dear mentor, Chandra Sir. My deepest gratitude to Chandra Sir and Vani ma'am for bringing us this platform, beautiful platform, Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, where we come together as a family and we discuss, grow, learn, grow, and evolve, understanding all these concepts, right? So when he came in and in Abu Dhabi, he had conducted a session called a workshop, a 2-day workshop called Quantum Creation, which is exactly this program, Manifest, Elevate Your Energy. That was the first, very first, I think one of the first program I attended in this foundation a few years back. And then that just it was mind blowing for me because it gave food to my analytical mind. I started believing in this process, and was very, very curious to explore the science of manifestation too. And then my journey started in exploring all these concepts to go deep dive into it and understanding it more clearly, and also to trust this process completely. So that is how I started with the foundation too, with associating with the foundation also. So, and so let's start, uh, you know, uh, just I would request all of you, whatever you know about manifestation, or whatever you know about this science behind it also, just type yes or no in the chat if you have heard this or you are implementing this manifestation in your life. Just type yes or no or a sentence about this. Like to hear from you. Yes. Wow. Yes. Many are saying yes. Okay. Okay. So there is yes, and few have said no. So many know about this manifestation, right? So for those who say no, this is a right platform for you to learn, go deep inside it. And for those who know about manifestation, every time I attend the manifestation, though I've been, exploring and learning about this few years back, but every time I learn about this manifestation or I attend a session or repeated sessions about the manifestation, there is something on the other, a new learning for me. So that when do we learn, start observing more and more, or when do we become very, very receptive when we are attending a session, when we are ready to learn, is to press the reset button. So I would request you all to press that reset button today, now, right now, this second, and just be very open to whatever you learn and just observe it. And there will be plenty, plenty of learning coming your way, right? So, before we go into the manifestation journey itself, I would want to talk about the meditation process. If some of you, if you are new to meditation, I would like to know, so you can just type yes in the chat. If you are completely new to this breath mindfulness meditation, just type yes if you are new. so that we'll understand the participants here, and then accordingly we will know what to explain. Okay, I have some of them here, some of the participants. Thank you so much who have said yes, new to meditation process. So let me explain this. This is called Anapanasati meditation. Oh, deepest gratitude to Gautama Buddha to have introduced this practice to us, and very, very profoundly and widely propagated by Brahmashri Pitama Patriji. Anapanasati meditation, and it is said in Pali language. This is in Pali language, it's called Anapanasati meditation, and of course in English we say it as breath mindfulness meditation. So Anapanasati meditation introduced by Gautama Buddha. So it's a very, very simple but a very profound technique, a practice, I would say, not a technique. It's a very profound practice. Okay, so Ana means in breath, Pana is the out breath, and Sati is being with the breath. Okay, so here what we do is we close our eyes and you take your reference point anywhere in here above your upper lip or below the nostrils and in between the eyebrows. So from here to here, any point you can take as a reference point, and what do? You just observe your in breath or your out breath or both the ways. You just observe. Why I am using the word observe and I'm not saying focus, concentrate on your breath is because you have to be a complete observer in this practice. Okay? You don't just try to, focus or just concentrate forcefully on anything. You just observe your breath. So for many of you, if you have just began this journey or completely new who have just attending the session today, from past participants and from my own experience, when I began this journey, it was very easy for me to observe the breath here. Taking this as my reference point, that is above the upper lip and below my nostrils, right? And some of them, yeah, they observe in between your eyebrows. They observe from here the starting point. But yes, anywhere it's fine. Just take anything which is comfortable to you to take as a reference point and just observe your breath. So as you observe your breath, as you observe, you will go deeper, deeper, deeper inside, and you will go for few minutes or few seconds of the thoughtless or the emptiness state, right? And what is our job here? Okay, we are observing the breath. As soon as you close your eyes, this is, the mind for so many years, it has been conditioned in one way or the other because of the influence, from what we have been observing and learning, or environmental, or what we have observed. So many things are going on, so many experiences in our life. So the mind is constantly processing all this. So as soon as you close your eyes, of course, there will be thoughts coming in. And what you need to do, you just observe the thought and come back and observe your breath. That's our job. That's it. You don't make any judgments with that thought, or you don't come to any conclusion with that thought, or you just don't get carried away with that thought itself. Any thought, okay, you just remain very, very equanimous and you come back and observe your breath. Thoughts will come. It can be 10 thoughts, 100 thoughts, 10,000 thoughts. Let it come. But our job is to just come back and observe our breath. That is what we need to do. Yes? So, as you are training your mind like this, okay, the thoughts are coming, okay, I'm just observing it, I'm not I'm not going into that craving mode, or I'm not going into the aversion mode. Okay, this thought, wow, it's very nice. Let me have this for few more minutes. No, not at all. Or aversion. Okay, this is not the thought what I want. Okay, I'm just forcibly trying to avoid it. No, just observe and come back and observe your breath. That's it. And slowly, slowly, you are actually training your mind to be at the present moment. A beautiful, beautiful practice discovered by Gautama Buddha after years of, self practice, what he did. So, under the Bodhi tree, after realizing how profound is this practice, these were the first words what he spoke after that. He just called and he didn't preach or teach. He said, come, just do this process, and you will get answers from within. That's what he said. So slowly, what we are doing is we are actually reducing the thoughts. In studies, according to the research and studies, it has been, scientists have said that almost every day we process around 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. Okay, so why I'm saying this range, the number varies in different studies. That's why 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And mostly the studies show that it is most of the thought, almost around 80%, 70 to 80%, it is unwanted, which doesn't serve us at all. Those kind of thoughts come, unnecessary thoughts. Patriji calls them negative or disastrous thoughts. So what we are doing is we are training with closed eyes. What we are doing, this profound practice, coming back and observing and being with the breath, being in the present moment, so we are slowly reducing the thoughts, which will reflect when in our day-to-day life, when our eyes are open too. We will carry this forward 24/7 in our day-to-day life, but of course it needs some time. Okay, now I'm sitting and doing this for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, then that's it. I should not be having so many thoughts. I should be processing only 10,000 to 20,000 thoughts per day. No, you need to have patience. Patience is the key here. And regularity and consistency is the major ingredient here. Anything you learn, any new language, any new subject, or something you want to learn and make that a habit in your life, you need some time, right, to master that, to make it an habit, right? So that's why the studies have shown that 21 days of practice or 40 days it takes for something to become a habit. That's why we conduct 21-day and 40-day flagship programs, right? So we will be talking about it in the last session about the upcoming programs too. So give some time for the practice. For those who are new in this journey, give some time for the practice and you will see the results. Definitely. And for anyone, it's possible. It's a complete myth. What even this myth was imbibed in me as a belief for so many years, that though I started from a young age, okay, because of some circumstances, the experiences, what I was going through in my life, I started this journey, and I have great gratitude to all those experiences now, because that's why I could start early in my life. I was involved early in my life in this path. But it's a myth when they say, okay, what will happen with you just sit and close your eyes, or why you need to start so early. Okay, after retirement, we'll see. then you'll have all the time in the world, and then you can start, close your eyes and start meditating, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, all the time in the world. Yes, think about it. Everyone, the king, queen, the president, prime minister, everyone has the same time, 24 by 7. It's up to you how much time you want to invest in yourself per day to evolve, grow, and evolve. Okay, and this is the best gift you can give to yourself and to others too. Friends, that what is that? Investing, taking some time out every day for this beautiful, profound practice. Of course, in our other programs, 40 Day and other programs, we will deep dive, we talk about all the benefits, what we have, what we can experience due to this practice. That will come in our detail we talk about in our 40 Day programs, which starts from Jan 26th. Okay, we'll give you details about it in the later sessions. So now, before we deep dive into the manifestation science, let's do some time. Let us close our eyes and get into our meditation session. Yes, and later we'll talk little bit about the meditational experience, and then we straight away deep dive into the manifestation science. Okay, can I have the posture slide, please? So, for those of you who are new, please remove your glasses or specs. We don't need that for this practice. And as you see in the picture, if you're sitting down, fingers clasped, hands on your lap, and you can take a very comfortable posture. Of course, here you see these two gentlemen sitting straight with the back straight, but if you need back support, please do take back support. Okay, just take a very comfortable posture, and then you see when you're sitting on a chair or a sofa how the ma'am is sitting there, and cross your left feet at the ankle level, just cross your feet and then just close your eyes. Just make a very powerful, sit with a very powerful and very strict intention that you will not open your eyes. Okay, if you feel any kind of a discomfort, you can just slightly move your posture, change your posture, that's fine, but just with this very strong intention, sit that you will not open your eyes during this process. Okay, so let's start our meditation. No forceful inhalation, no forceful exhalation. You will just observe your very natural breath. In breath, out breath, or both together. Whatever. It can be subtle or it can be very aggressive, very much felt, your breath. Whatever it is, just observe your breath. Thoughts will come. Our job is to come back and observe our breath. And now, before we start with the Anapanasati meditation, that is the breath mindfulness meditation, we will have there will be a guidance, a music with guidance from Chandra sir's voice will be you will hear, and he will start with this heart elevation process. What is this heart elevation process? You just, as you see in the picture, you sit comfortably, keep your hands on your chest area, and then just close your eyes. And during the heart elevation process, you will take just one or two or long relaxing breaths, and then you feel that heart center for 2 to 3 minutes. Just feel it. As soon as the palms touch that area, you will have that sensation, you will feel it. Okay, this is for everyone. And then you recollect an very important or elevated moment from your past, present, or your future. You can also, visualize about some elevated moment in your future. Which elevated moment, why I'm saying? Because that will produce a elevated emotion. And what are these elevated emotion? Love, gratitude, joy, compassion, kindness, right? So you will feel that elevated uh, emotion when you are running this moment in your mind. So as soon as you do this, you will go to an higher vibrational state. You will raise your vibration, and of course you are entering into the alpha state, which in detail we will talk about it little later. So when you are entering that brainwave state, automatically you're prepared to move into the meditative state. And then it's easy for you to observe your breath, and to be in that breath mindfulness meditation state. So that's why few minutes of heart elevation process will start with, and then we will move into our breath mindfulness meditation. Yes, friends. So let's start.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands in your chest area. And resting your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the center of all emotions, nurturing all life. With its higher vibration of love, compassion, kindness, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply imagine to be living an experience of higher emotions of love, deep joy, gratitude. Relive that moment and feel that energy. The more you experience this higher emotions and energy of love, compassion, the more coherent you become. With all things and everyone. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy connected to each other. Yourself to direct this energy, to spread this energy to everyone and everything on this planet, to help them elevate themselves. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. The mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness. That calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into the deeper states of calmness, emptiness. As the mind is becoming empty, all that liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. Your body begins to function at its natural best. You develop greater power of thought. into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that calmness, stillness within you as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of limitless dimensions, the field of infinite possibilities. The more you are with it, the more you tune in to the abundance of healing energy. empowerment energy, that energy of love, that energy of the mystic, of whatever you can become aware of. Falling to this emptiness of no body, of no thing. less matter, more emptiness and energy. As the mind is rested, you move away from this matter, your body. You experience that emptiness, energy, the feel of all connection, the field of all wisdom. The more you are in this calmness, emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more connected you become. Merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. Receive your greater mind, that awareness. the more you are with it, the more you experience your intuitive intelligence. The more you develop that acceptance, and the more effortless life becomes. Friends, it's truly a privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness for a greater life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to everything and to everyone? Be grateful to this intelligent universe. To your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors. Deep gratitude to yourself, to your body. Give thanks to this nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. Gratitude to all the people in your life, to everyone. To everything, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you open your eyes.
Okay, friends. Hope you all had a wonderful meditation session. How was your meditation experience? You can type in chat. So, beautiful as always. Yes. It's in the chat, the comments. Awesome. Very nice. Calming, awesome, peaceful. Very good. Excellent and fresh. Feeling fresh, awesome. Very nice. Yes. Uh, very good. Lataji, excellent. She says, I had lots of thoughts, but I was able to bring back, like observing the breath, attention towards observing the breath. So feeling good, very good. It's very motivating for all beginners. So we'll just go through a little bit of meditational experience, and then we will talk a little bit about the art of believing itself. What does it do? Why need to we need to believe, believe and you attract? Why these statements are there? We'll just understand which is the foundation to understand or to go through or imbibe ourselves into the manifestation science itself. Okay, so let's understand that. Let me share my slides. So, as you know, the process of Anapanasati meditation or the breath mindfulness meditation. So you just go inwards. Okay, how long you will be just looking outward, right? Try this process. Experiment it yourself by going inward and see what all you are able to become aware about, or what benefits or what transformation you are experiencing. Yes, whatever you listen, you observe, and you hear again and again in these sessions, but it's all up to your efforts. It's all up to what you believe in. It's all up to how much trust you have in this process, right? So experiment. Everyone experiment and try, and no harm in it. Experimenting this, there's no side effects to it, right? So please go forward and experiment. So, yes, as thoughts come, we come back and observe the breath. We come back and observe the breath. You're training your mind to be at the present moment. The thoughts are reduced, and ending of the restless thoughts of the mind. And when we say ending of the restless thoughts of the mind, don't think, oh, no thoughts at all. As much as the thoughts have reduced, that is good. Even for, if you're sitting for, like we did, around 40 to 45 minutes of meditation today, so in that few seconds, or just a minute or 2 minutes or three or few seconds itself, you went into that blank state, that is the gap between the thoughts. That state you are entering. How much you are entering that, there is profound results because of it, and scientifically proven, and which we'll go through some of it in this 3-day workshop. But this workshop is mainly focusing on the manifestation science, but in a 40-day program we go in detail about that. Okay, so and as you move inward, observe your inner self, you're moving in that journey, then according to quantum physics, you are connecting to the quantum field of energy to connect with that intelligence which is always there. It's just that we are not aware. Our outward look doesn't, there is a disconnected mind there. So when we look inwards, we get connected to the quantum field of energy that is always with that, which is very much, which is the home, which is the truth, and we get connected to that, which you'll understand more of the quantum physics principle in session 2, that is tomorrow morning. Okay, so some of the meditational experiences which you would have observed, right? So please type in chat as we go through this meditation experience, whether if you have had any kind of these experiences or any other kind apart from the what is displayed here. Yes, just type in chat what all experience you had. You can say yes or no, or you can just type in, and then we'll just go through. So these are for the newcomers or the who have began this journey today, some meditational experiences which is very common, okay, for many of us, is you will feel very light. Yes, lightness. The chat is open for everyone. You can just select everyone, chat with everyone, and then give your answers too. So lightness of the body. How many of you have felt very light, you know, as if the feeling itself was great? You feel that lightness like a feather or however. Yes, and felt calm, and they say lightness of body. Yes, someone has answered. Then heaviness. Someone who would, some of us will feel some heaviness in some parts, or the whole head itself becoming heavy, or the body itself becoming heavy, right? I have felt like that during my initial days of long hours of meditation when I started doing. So I've initial the first long meditation when I sat for the continuous 2 hours, I felt so heavy. It was heavy and very painful too, you know. So body movements were there, awesome. Some lightness you have experienced, and some non-existence of body parts, some have answered very well. Very good. So body movements are there. You'll feel, it can be your physical body itself moving, or it can be your energy body, that swirling around, or it's just trying to come out. That kind of a feeling happens, and you feel pain also. Sometimes you feel that pain, which is because of the in some parts, and it might not be. Sometimes the pain will be in a specific area. Sometimes it'll for sometimes you will feel the pain here, sometimes you will feel the pain in your hands, legs. It can move around also. This is why we are talking about these experiences, is to let you all know this is very common experience, and it's very safe to have. There's no need to get scared or think a lot about it. Whatever experience is coming in your meditation, it is there in that session alone, and it is okay to have all kind of meditational experiences. And in when we meditate, we observe this energy, the universal energy or the cosmic energy, and when we observe, then that energy transforms to all the meridians in our body. We have around 72,000 meridians, okay, and which are called nadis also. So when that energy is passing through the prana, the life force, when it is taken to all these energy channels, what we say, the meridians, when it is, sometimes what happens due to, to lot of emotional experiences and so many things we have experienced all these years in our life. So if due to all that, there will be some blocks, or you can call it knots, there and there in our these channels. So when the life force, when that energy is moving, because of that there will be some blocks, energy blocks, what we say. So when it is trying to move, push that block, to give way, and when it is trying to move, you will feel that pains. It is a healing process, so which is completely fine. So you can and then after some sittings it will become very smooth. Once the blocks are cleared, then it becomes very uh, nice, the flow is very smooth, you know so that's fine. And or pain is because of some kind of a healing happening there, and so it is perfectly fine. So it's just that for that moment, yeah, you need to be patient. And if you are really, it's very unbearable, the pain, you can slightly move your posture, but make a strong intention not to open your eyes. And some of us would have felt, some of you would have felt the, like I said, the floating sensation, as if you're floating like a, a light body and you're floating, or a whirling sensation. It can be a physical or an energy body, those moments. And some of you have already mentioned this non-existence of body organs, right? Like hands, awesome. Because you have deeply have gone to the deepest level of your subconscious mind. It takes you there, it just moves you there to a different, makes you really aware about the other dimensions and other bodies. That's why. And seeing colors also, some of you have mentioned. So seeing colors, you would see visions, feeling, sometimes you will feel sleepy. That is also an experience, a meditation experience. Or sometimes there is this deep feelings, very emotional feelings. You feel like you are just, you want to cry out, or you're feeling very happy, the blissful state. Whatever emotion comes, which is perfectly fine. And no need to suppress it also. Okay, it can be because of a very suppressed emotions, the feelings what you have been carrying around. It's just coming to the surface, because the initial part of this whole awesome profound practice is the cleansing, which is unwanted, which is not needed to you, which doesn't serve you. All that memories, all that emotion, the feelings will come to the surface to fade away. Okay, because what happens if it is just suppressed and it's kept inside your body, the nervous system, then sometime or the other it's going to come up and manifest itself in some kind of an order, maybe in your physical body, or in your emotional or mental body. It will come up, right, in some kind of an experience. So to avoid that, it just, we will go through this cleansing process. That's why even sometimes you will feel that you have never thought that you have, these memories are still with you, these thoughts are still with you, but that is just surfacing during your meditation practice, which is very common, which is my personal experience. My initial, when I started taking this practice very seriously, when I was very regular and consistent, that's what was happening. I never thought, okay, I had all these memories inside me still. I thought it was never. Now I'm over it. I've come out of it. But it just comes to the surface to fade away, because after meditation, you feel that calmness, you feel that peaceful, you feel you are at peace. That itself says, okay, you have, something is gone away, some, that clearing has happened, that cleansing has happened. That is how it is. Okay, so these are some of the meditation experience. And before we start about the placebo effort, effect, the placebo effect, So let's understand why we say, what you believe you attract, and that is your reality too. Many of you would have heard this term, right? So, a very, very, it is the truth, but it can be sometimes unsettling or uncomfortable for most of us. Many of us, at least before this practice, even for me, my personal experience, we are not living consciously. It is just our life is on an autopilot mode, right? Okay, you set your alarm, or okay, this is the time you get up, you do this one, next, go to work, this or do this. That's it, in an autopilot mode. So you wake up with the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, you react in the same way, complain about the same problems, talk a lot about the problem. You enjoy that. Deep inside, you are enjoying that, but still, it's a problem and it doesn't serve you anymore. You need not talk about it, complain. You do the same things and then wonder. Okay, why is my life the same way year after year? Right? Why is it? Or this is my luck, or this is how my life was meant to be, this is what is this higher supreme power has given to me, or this higher intelligence, you call it God, or this is how, or my parents have given me this life, that's all, and this is what. Very, very limited mindset, right? First thing in this process is to accept what is your thought pattern, to becoming very much aware about it, which meditation will bring that awareness in plenty very naturally. You just have to be very regular and consistent in your practice. Okay? But we need to understand, friends, that not because life is limited, but because our inner programmings are repeating, and according to the neuroscience, as we repeat the thought patterns, the repeated thought patterns, it creates the similar neural connections. Okay. First, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm very unlucky. For example, I'm thinking I'm very unlucky. A neural connection is formed. The thought comes immediately. The thought, emotion, and your feelings, right? The feelings comes because of that emotions you carry, right? So thoughts, emotion, feeling, your perception, based on that, a neural connection. That is called the thought frequency. A neural connection is formed. I'm unlucky. Now, someone is coming, your friend is coming to you, okay, and suddenly this topic starts. Even the friend is saying, you know what, even I'm feeling the same way. And he or she is expressing the same situations, what she's undergoing. Yeah, this neural connection will strengthen, it becomes thicker. The thin wire, for example, a thin wire becomes little bit thicker now, right? The connection which you don't want in your life, actually, it becomes thicker, stronger. And then again you watch something, the same thing is repeated there. Ah, wow, okay, it's the same thing, you are relating to it, you are watching it, you are observing with all emotion, with all feeling, right? As if you are in their shoes, you are watching it, and that becomes even more thicker. The connection becomes thicker, and that is forms a new neural pathway. Already it is formed, it's becoming thicker. So now this inner world, this one, will attract the experience the same way. Then what? That's why you attract the same experience again and again. Failure, unlucky experience. Because that is the signal you are broadcasting to that quantum field. Okay? Initially, when I heard this concept, again my analytical, mind, or my very, very logical mind sometimes when it's not necessary, I shouldn't be using it. But what to do? I didn't have that knowledge before. So when I heard, I was thinking, how can that be? How can this happen? Why should I? I'm not creating. I want a reality where I'm really successful, where I'm really feeling lucky, and where I would want a reality where I should be having my dad throughout my life. Because and when I was 8 years, my dad left me, left his physical form. So how can I attract that reality? That was what was going on in my mind. But later, through my regular practice, and when I pause, I've reflected, and when I was contemplating, yes, somewhere or the other, that, what do you call it? Like a hidden benefit. We all have this hidden benefit. Secretly, we aspire for these hidden benefits, feeling that unlucky so that we can talk to others or others can feel sympathy on us. This was just an example, one example. Many of us will feel this in many other ways. So, like that, we create our own reality. We are all co creators. Our thoughts and feelings, inner world, create our outer world, our outer reality. Yes, we will go deep into this in these all the 5 sessions. We have just started with session 1. So please bear with me and have patience. We'll go through this deeper. So now, suddenly, the signs, it was always there, which we were not aware about. Our signs tells us something extraordinary. Your life is not responding to your wishes, it is responding to your beliefs. That's the difference. Your wish and your belief. Okay? So your life is not responding to your wishes, but it's responding to your belief. That's what the science says. So, what happens? This great master, great personality, uh, a young man that those days, Walt Disney. Of course, you all would have heard about him, right? So he was fired from a newspaper job initial days, and I was very surprised when I heard this. The reason they gave him was, you lack imagination and you have no idea, they told him. This when he was very young, the Walt Disney, right? And then, especially, how unbelievable it is, because the world is created is especially his imagination, the very core of who he is, right? Who he was actually, right? So what happened is he faced repeated rejections. Many studios, they just used to shut their doors on him. That's how the story goes. That's how he has written. So the investors also, and when he got this idea about the Disneyland and all this idea itself, this beautiful the imagination, what he put down in the papers, many investors laughed at his ideas. At one point, he was just financially so broken that he had to borrow money just to eat also. And yet, he had this strong belief system inside me, which was very extraordinary. Nothing could break that belief system, because he believed, okay, what he is imagining, what he is creating, it is already happening. He always used to run that mind movie inside him. Belief is just not positive thinking. Belief is what you emotionally accept as true, even when there is no evidence, which was a classic example in his case. There was no evidence. Each and everyone were rejecting or were laughing at him. But still, he was emotionally, he knows, he accepted this belief is the truth. It's already there. It just has to manifest. That was his belief. Okay, so Disneyland existed in his inner world long before it existed on land. So then, of course, then slowly that started. He was attracting the right signals, right? Because of his belief, because he was broadcasting that belief. So then he finally convinced, of course, a few people to invest, and the Disneyland opened. Even after that, it didn't stop. There's a lot of test will come. These experiences are just for our learning. You wouldn't have been so strong, or you wouldn't have created this empire to this level if he never had all these experiences, these challenging experiences in life. Because these experiences, the challenging experiences whom he was encountering in the people form, or not having the money to manifest his dreams, all that challenges were creating a very, very strong foundation, right? The roots were forming already. So then, when he finally, the first Disneyland was open, again, reporters were mocking at him. They openly, I think they wrote it's going to be a big failure, it's going to collapse. And the journalist used to tell him on face when he was around, this place will not even last a year and all that. But his belief system, what I call belief system, it's not just thinking. The thoughts with the emotions, with the feeling was so strong that yes, this is already a success. That is the belief. So then he told a journalist, Disneyland is already complete. There are many Disneylands. You are just seeing it too early, he said. His nervous system was already living that reality. That slowly transforms to the nervous system, right? And the nervous system is already living that reality. That is what, friends, manifestation science is all about. Your body must experience the future before reality reflects it. Okay. So then, yes, we know the story later, the success story later. Yes, but this part of the story, maybe, I don't know, I was not aware about all this before. Once when I was exploring these concepts, and of course through Chandra sir, uh, I knew about this background, right? And of course, there are many stories like these when you go and search, and it just inspires us. It just motivates us, and to understand what is truly a belief. It's not just thinking, in a very surface level. What is emotion? Energy in motion. That is emotion. So that energetic imprints are always there. It's how you feel. How you feel. Even the slightest doubt, you don't have trust in the process. Then you're not sending that right frequency to attract those experience in your life. We are that 99.9999% energy. Okay, so it's almost 100% we are that energy beings. So we need to broadcast the right signals to the quantum field. So with that, of course, we will move into the placebo effect and all that now, and we'll understand overview of the 5 sutras of manifestation process. And then in the session 2, we'll go in detail about all the 5 processes. So before that, we will take a 5 minutes bio break. Is that okay for you? You can type in chat, or you need some more time. please let me know. A 5-minute bio break, or you want to just go drink water, you can just go and drink water and come. Yes. Okay. Okay, fine. So 5 minutes, and you can be logged, you can stay logged in, and we'll come back. Thank you.
In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Jnanagnida karmanu. If we create the wisdom of fire, that will automatically cessate the suffering. And that is what Patriji put into the words. Spiritual intellect is the root and physical health is the fruit.
Every day, every week, I saw myself growing into a different being. It was a combined effort, like the teachings, the science behind it, the art, and the benefits. All of them were kind of grounded into a simple language.
I also recognize that I create all my reality, which is such a freedom, because when you don't have to blame somebody or become a victim, and you recognize that whatever situation has happened is because you wanted it, then you start enjoying it actually.
With the practice of meditation, we could see amazing response within 6 days. The conflicts between the colleagues are getting resolved, and sister doctor conflicts are going away, and even intra-familial family issues were also getting resolved. By just becoming aware of what's going on in the subconscious mind, they are becoming aware of their own subconscious thoughts, subconscious words, subconscious emotions, and they are consciously choosing to respond in a different way in a particular situation.
I have healed myself from asthma and skin problems, and I was also able to stop taking medication for thyroid issue for after 8 years. I believe these issues were caused by hormonal changes after pregnancy. Through meditation, I realized that these problems were created in my mind, and I was not expressing myself and holding on emotions.
So on a spiritual level, I started evolving, and on a physical level, I healed a couple of diseases which I used to understand that that's the way I have to live throughout. But my migraine headaches, vertigo, yesterday I got my diabetes range checked, and this is well within limits. So from tablets, I used to take some 8 to 10 tablets in the morning and again at night. Now I'm on only 2 tablets, and I've got a goal to be totally medicine free in another next 10 months. So I'm actually gradually evolving towards it, and this is only possible because of meditation.
I had a fracture on my foot. Then when I went for the doctors, the gap is already found, and I was advised for a surgery. I could keep myself without any stress, with full confidence that I will heal this. I was visualizing that I am already healed and I am dancing. I went to the marriage function. I went to Bangalore even for the reception. I was, at any point of time, I was not stressed, and I was with joy that it has healed. And when the next X-ray was taken and it was joining, and finally I got it healed without any surgery. That was really great for me. Then I thought that was the power of meditation and the body and mind connection.
Yes, hope all of you are back. And that was a powerful sharing. And few of them were medical doctors too. And yes, manifestation, meditation, along with the manifestation signs. Manifestation, it's not just to attract money of other materialistic thing. Of course, nothing wrong to attract that, but also to attract the right, good health, the relationships, and all that, improved health. And when you meditate very regular and consistent, and slowly you are not reinforcing the past, you're not going back to the past, or what are these repeated thought patterns which can be negative or disastrous. Either it has to be from the past or from the worry about the future, so you no longer or hold on to it. So you don't rehearse those old emotions, old triggers. Then you are no longer feeding the familiar, the stress patterns. So then you're teaching your body, mind to live in a very new internal environment. So that's why all of the participants have reported that yes, they are able to manifest this unexpected opportunity, and lots of new opportunities, lots of new things in their life, improved health, shift in relation. Why the participants were saying, I manifested this healthy body, healthy mind, improved health, and the relationships, emotional stability, all the synchronicities. Yes. And it's not just that something magical happened and the world changed, because our inner world changed first. Then the right kind of signals, the frequency, we are in that right vibrational level, and the right frequency and the right signals we are broadcasting to the universe. Okay. So with that, yes, we spoke about Walt Disney, and also this is a must read book, Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. If someone can type it in chat, Mind to Matter. Or many of you would have already read, right? How many of you have read this book, Mind to Matter by Dawson Church? Yes. So he says, and he shares a story, which is directly a direct experience of his, that once when Dawson went scuba diving in the open ocean, and he was just carrying this bunch of keys, right? House key, car key, everything was in the bunch, and he was carrying it in his pocket. And the car key slipped out of his, and it just slipped out of his pocket, and he couldn't, once he came back from the activity, he couldn't find his keys. And so what would the immediate thought or the immediate feeling what you'll have? Oh, gone, that's it, I've lost my keys, right? Because in the ocean, where is the probability of me going and searching in the ocean? That's it. Immediately the trigger happens from the belief system. Yeah, you can't do this, you can't find these keys. But of course, this great author, and because of lot of research and experiment, he has given us this book, Mind to Matter. So the even though his rational mind was still triggering that they are gone, accept it, Dawson, they are gone, like this, slowly and very sweetly this rational mind will say. But instead, he didn't give importance to it. He did something unusual. He entered in a state, he became, he paused, he reflected, he became very calm, and which of course during this, because of this practice of mindfulness meditation, he has cultivated that. So he visualized that the keys returned to him. This is what he shared. Okay, he visualized that he's holding the keys in his hand, and he's feeling a deep sense of gratitude towards it. So what happened? Then he made an attempt to go inside the ocean and search for the keys. He went, couple of attempts he did. He was going inside searching for the keys. He couldn't find. Then he used to come out and he used to go to another area where he's just thinking, okay, here I will go and search. And he's going and doing it. Okay. Maybe one or two of his friends are helping him. Not everyone were like, many others were thinking, what is he doing? Foolish guy. This guy is lost, means lost. He has to accept it. But he was just going and trying. Without emotionally, he's very calm inside. With the peaceful nature, he's going and trying. Then he came out, still he couldn't find. Then okay, but still that visualization was on. He was thinking about it. That he's holding his keys, and lot of gratitude feeling he has for it. And he was just walking. And then one of a fellow diver, I mean, he knew this group was different. His group was different, but he just came from nowhere. He just came like that. And he was just showing the keys and saying, is anyone missing keys? He was just showing that. Then he was like, of course, he was feeling very happy, delighted. But friends, this is not magic. This is coherence. Okay. So, because actually the keys had, when he was just entering the water itself, I think it just fell there. And it was there, and this driver had found it, and he was just holding it to ask whomever was passing by, he was just asking them, is these your keys? And he got it. Whatever is your perception after hearing this, it is your perception. Your perception will create the thought, an emotion, a feeling, and that will become your belief. Okay. But for me or many of us, when we heard this, and even when Chandra sir, when he explains about this, it clearly says that when the mind is calm, focused, and emotionally when it is aligned, it interacts with reality or the contemplation, the understanding, it's very different. And this is what manifestation looks like. Okay? When science blends in, this is what manifestation is. It's all in your belief system. So now let me share my slide. The placebo effect, right? How many of you have heard about the case studies in this placebo effect? Any case studies or anything you have heard or read about placebo effect? The studies involved in this, just type in yes or no in chat. Awesome. Some of you are saying yes, yes. So I think all of us are very much aware about this term, right? Placebo term. So they say that, okay, some of you have said no. Yes, placebo effect means that belief is a proof. This is a proof that belief changes the biology. Like if a belief can influence events, can it also influence the body? That's what we have to, this placebo effect has given a proof. Okay, it is proven. Yes, Manish sir has said You Are the Placebo book is again a must read book. Okay, by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So the placebo effect is one of a great studies or an evidence given by our medical science. So what does placebo means? Like a fake treatment was given, like can be a sugar pill. Okay, it's not actually a pill with a lot of chemical these things introduced there. It's a sugar pill that produces real physiological change because the person believes it will. Okay, so one of the studies, there was a control group that patients with Parkinson's disease were given this sugar pill, which they called it as a placebo because it's a fake medicine. It's not a real medicine. But they gave them, like it's the patients didn't know. When the medical advisors, when the doctors introduced this medicine to them, they said, you are really going to, this is a very effective one, and you are really going to heal through this. That's what they said, and they used to give this sugar pill to a group, control group, a group of patients. And to the other group, they gave the real medicine to them. Okay. So now what happened is, when you are, what is happening here is the brain the brain is produced the medicine it believed it had received. That is what was the conclusion of this study. Because the patients, the brains responded by releasing the dopamine, the exact chemical they were deficient in with. That is what the studies, the conclusion of the studies shows. Right? And the result was the same. The group which was given the placebo, that is the sugar pill, and the group which was given the real medicine, they both produced the same result after a week or 10 days or after a month. I don't remember exactly the duration, but after that time, they produced the same result, like 50 or 70% healing, they were, recovery had happened, the same thing. This is what is called the placebo effect. In another study, which involved a knee surgery, patients were divided into two groups. Okay, so one group received the real surgery, and the other group received this, what is called the placebo surgery, right? The doctors made incision but performed no internal procedure at all. They just, and the result, both groups improved equally. So the belief itself, the very thought of the belief of healing activated actually the healing. That this is biological, right? So your body, it's just not a machine. It's no more called a machine which is responding only to the chemicals. It is a conscious system responding to the meaning. Responding, what is that meaning? To respond according to the belief you store. So that is what this placebo effect tells us, and which is highly spoken about in Dr. Joe Dispenza book, You Are the Placebo. You must read. Everyone should read this book. Okay. So this experiment, this studies, it just clearly points to the importance of the perception and the brain's role in physical health. or the life outcome itself, right? So there are many studies based on this placebo. If you go and research, there are many studies, like the one I spoke about, the Parkinson's disease, and the response they got, and also the surgery, right? Even in psychiatry, it's called JAMA, JAMA psychiatry. You can go through this study also. There 10,000 participants covering these 9 psychiatric conditions, which included, depression, bipolar, and societal anxiety, and PTSD, and all that. So the participants who received the placebos, that is what? An inactive pills, right? Generally a sugar pill. And that looked, and it also tasted like the real medicine. They made it that way. But they also, the improvement was the same as the people who were the patients who were getting the real medicines itself. So that is what it has been proven. And you can also, you can itself experiment in your, any kind of a condition. You can experiment and see also this placebo effect. So this is very profound. It indicates that the placebo effect is not just imagination or bias. It involves measurable brain networks. There is a lot of science involved here, right? The scientists are continuously, even now, a lot of studies are going on as we talk. A lot of studies are going on based on this. So there are many studies, like in World War, one of the World War, they were not able to find the quantity of the medicine, the injections were not sufficient. It didn't suffice. Then they had just given saline injection to the soldiers, but they said that they didn't know about it. They've said they thought it was a real medicine which was being administered to them, but there were a lot of talking going on. The doctors were injecting that belief. Okay, I'm giving this is going to work miraculously, and you're going to be completely healed. And they had to administer like this, and they healed. The many soldiers were healed because of this. That is when I think slightly this placebo effect started. One thought from an doctor there, or from a medical practitioner there, it just injected and it worked, and then the research went on, and it's still going on about the placebo effect research, right? So saline injection, because instead of morphine or anesthesia. And they got many operations were also done because the anesthesia was also not sufficient that time. And they got operated with saline water just by injecting the belief system. Okay, we are giving you the anesthesia and you are going into the unconscious state, and you are going, and like that. And this is one of the experiment. Okay. So what you see here, it's called the random number generator, this robot. Okay. Rene Poich chicks robot experiment, this is called. And this robot is a random, the black one here, the random generator robot. He conduct the experiment. The needle, it has a needle there at the end, and it will generate this. Wherever the needle goes, it makes these markings, as you see here in picture A. Okay. So what he did, and then there were here in the picture A, there were no chicks, and this just the random generator. This random number generator machine, this robot was kept here, and it just went here and here, and it produced this. markings. Wherever the needle went, the markings were made. Okay. Now, then what this person did is he used a newly hatched chicks, okay, and newly hatched, and they didn't see their mother yet. Okay, so and they say that first the chickens or even the babies when they are born, when they show their face, the touch, the feel, and what they observe, they see and they are very closely bound to that parent, in this case the mother, right? So these newly hatched chicks, where they were introduced to this special robot first. Okay, they loved it and they want to be very close to it. And now, can you type in chat or can you think, looking at this picture B, why are all these markings to only one side, not the other side is blank? It's the same way they had placed this machine there, but here the only difference is they had kept a cage this side with 15 chicks, the newly born chicks there in a cage this side. Okay, and all the markings were only towards this side. Can you think why? Yes, because since the chicks were introduced to this robot, the special robot first, and the robot could drive itself, it was around on wheels, and the pen, which was placed there underneath to trace its path on paper, when that needle that was moved, the chicks were just pulling the needle towards it because they felt safe when they were close to it, thinking that it was their mother. So where they just randomly, continuously pulling the needle towards that direction. Okay. So then it produced all the patterns. That's why it came to that side. So that is what this experiment, it proved that, so what you believe in, what you believe in, that becomes your reality. So the thoughts or the whatever you travel. So in this case, the chicks believed that this was its mother and it was just getting attached to it. The first thing. So like this only the conditioning happens from our childhood. Whatever we observe, feel, what we see, hear, feel, and what we observe, we just take that, we just observe that, and we think that is the truth. That is how the conditioning happens from childhood, which we will go deeper into this in the following sessions. Because of which there are some belief system which we don't want, that is also formed because of all this conditioning. And of course, the belief system which is really useful for us, that is also there in us. But what we don't want, that invariably, without any awareness, it is formed because of the conditioning what we go through from childhood. So even a child, when you leave a child and after a few days old child also, and you have few women there, through touch and the feel itself, the baby can find out, right, who is his or her mother. So that is how it was. So the idea here is what you believe. The chicks, they thought that robot, that there was this mother, and they were able to pull it towards him. So we can do it too. What we believe, we can make it our reality, and that will only be our reality. We just need to trust the process. We need to believe in that. So there are various other studies on this, like the placebo effect research, the senior citizen group. You can go and research on this. There are many studies based on this, how they felt happier when that exact environment was created when they were in their 20s, 30s, when that kind of an environment was created, and when they were had all these like-minded people and they were coming together and acting, and how they felt that energy again, how they were acting, how they were behaving like their younger self. Yes. So like that, many studies, the Harvard research on the group of senior citizen, the chicks experiment, what we just spoke about, and the World War II, the saline injection instead of morphine, and many other experiments too, studies. And of course, that's why some of them, they believe, right? Yeah, you go to this place or you go to this doctor, then I'm healed. There is some magic here. Why? Because already the belief is going on in your mind. The repeated thought patterns, very strong belief. So once you go there to that master or to that place or to that experience itself, already half of the healing is done. And after you go there and you experience it and come, yes, you are healed. It's all in your belief system, the placebo effect. So, through this, we understand, and our thoughts and feelings, they create our state of being, that creates our reality. So, what you want, if you want to change your state of being, it's all inward. You have to change from the root, that is your belief. Everything is perception, right? Okay, you look at it, this is a pen, yeah, this is your perception. This is what color is this pen? Everything is your perception. For someone, they will look at it in a different way. Every experience, for Jayashree, it can be, there will be a different perception going on in my mind, and for Bharat, it can be a different perception going on. The same experience. It's all about the perception. With that, we form the beliefs. And that creates our thoughts and feelings, and that creates the vibrations, the frequencies is emitted, the broadcasted, which will go there and attract the similar kind of experience, events, relationship, our health, the state of our health, everything. We are co-creating it, we are creating it. It's just that how strongly and how much you trust the process. So as I said before, as the quantum physics says, we are 99.99999% emptiness, which is almost like 100%, right? And 0.005, I need not even say that 100% we are this energy. Emptiness is energy and is of infinite possibilities, right? So let me stop screen share here. So friends, what we understand, we will go deeper inside this concepts tomorrow as we talk about the, more into the 5 manifestation process and the quantum field, understanding the quantum field and all that. We will continue in session 2. And before that, an overview of the 5 sutras of manifestation, which I will talk to you about in some time. But before that, also, this study was a real, surprise for me. And a group of, a control group, they were given the, I think they were the asthma patients, and they were given this, what do you say, the allergen, the inhaler, okay, which had only the water vapor inside, okay. But this is the other way, a reverse psychology, you can say. So these participants, one group was given this inhaler, which had this water vapor, but they said that they are these allergens. And of course, it takes lots of courage for this group to come forward and accept, get involved in this study itself. And they was given the allergens and they said, okay, you inhale and say. And the other participants, so this, when they were inhaling that, and in deep inside the belief system, the thoughts and feelings, okay, they are inhaling those allergens, right? So definitely they developed the allergic reactions, though they were not given the allergens, like rashes, or some people had this breathing difficulty, inflammation, okay, but they were not even exposed to any harm, any such kind of a substance, but they just were given the belief, they were told and given the belief that they are allergens, and they developed all these symptoms. And then, yes, they did the reverse too. Then they gave the same water vapor and said, okay, this is the medicine, and this will heal your condition. And also, one more group was given real allergens. Now, the water vapor was not there. They were given the real allergens, but they were told that this is a medicine to cure the condition. But they were exposed to the allergens. But the symptoms were reduced. They showed very minimal or no symptoms at all. So all these studies proves that your nervous system listens first to your interpretation, your perception, and not to your reality. This is what all these studies show. Right? So what you are doing, friends, when you are meditating deeply, you are no longer reinforcing the past or the present. So you are coming down, and you are forming all these positive beliefs, positive thoughts, positive feelings, and which is creating your outer reality. The new neural connections are forming. So there is a principle in neuroscience, with statement in neuroscience, right? You don't use it, you lose it. So the old neural connections are lost, which doesn't serve you anyways, and the new neural connections are formed. Okay, so now let's understand this 5 sutras of manifestation for some time, and then we will end session 1 for today, right? Which is called the manifestation science. The 5 sutras are the 5 processes or the 5 principles of manifestation science. So the first principle says you develop focus or one-pointed mindedness. That is the complete focus. For manifestation to work, you need this complete focus. Okay, it can be on your goal, or in what relationship, what event, what health you want, all that. It should be, the complete focus should be given to that. Unwavering focus, they say, right? It has to be like that. So this is where meditation comes in place. Why meditation and manifestation goes hand in hand is, by meditating, by being very regular and consistent in your practice, you develop this focus very naturally, which is very much needed for your manifestation to work. A sculpture, I always say this in this 5 sutras class, I love it, because he says, it's like, just relating it to the sculptor story. He's starting to sculpt, he's just beginning his work. He says, before even I begin my work to sculpt, right, I must see only the sculpture inside the stone. It's a stone, right? And he has to make it into a beautiful sculpture. So he says, I must see only the sculptor inside the stone. If I let my mind wander, my hands will hesitate and I might strike in the wrong place. That's what the sculpture says. So that is what is this first point all about. When you're manifesting, you have to have that vision, that observation first, so that any doubt, you don't have any doubt or any distraction. Many challenges will come on the path, on the way, but you're not distracted. That focus is there, that unwavering focus, concentration is there. So that is the first point. I'm just going to go a little fast overview. Detail, we will, in upcoming 4 sessions, we will be discussing all the points in detail. So the second is develop openness to possibilities, right? Be very, very open to all the possibilities. Don't just say, okay, I have to get my promotion. Okay, only through this way I'll get. Then you are limiting yourself. That is a limited, fixed mindset. You need to have this growth mindset. You need to be open to all possibilities. Yes, this will come. This promotion will come in any other possible ways also, but you need to have that complete openness and to complete acceptance and to completely believe, that trust the process. So again, this sculptor, he says, sometimes the stone doesn't break the way I expected. It means it relates to the many distractions or the challenges which will come on your way. But I do not resist, he says. I flow with its nature and I adjust my strokes accordingly, he says. Okay, so being open to all possibilities, which will understand this point through the quantum physics, that we are energy, like I said, 99 in session 2, more about this. Then the third point, visualize your future, goal setting and creative visualization too. So the sculptor, again he says, before I touch the stone, I close my eyes and see the statue within, he says. I feel its presence. Feeling is very important in visualization, as if it is already exist, like the Walt Disney. He already was having that reality. That was the truth for him. He was feeling and experiencing that reality before others could see it. This vision guides my hands, the sculptor says. So that is all about visualization. It's not about setting the goals. How you visualize, how you feel and experience those goals in your life, that it has already happened. Like that, you feel it. Then that will that will manifest into the reality in the matter form. That's it. So then the fourth point, reprogramming your limiting beliefs. And then what do you reprogram it to? To the empowering beliefs. As I said, because of lot of conditioning, what just happened from our childhood, again, there is some different concepts from our previous incarnations, or whatever, some belief system which we might carry forward. All that we need to reprogram. First, through meditation, the awareness comes, right? So, the sculptor, he said, when the stone is too rough or too weak, what do you do? Someone asked him. So he said, sculptor never doubts the stone, he said. If I believed it was flawed, my hands would hesitate. Instead, I would believe every stone as a masterpiece inside. That is an empowering belief, right? The power is within you. It's not just by saying or in the surface level thinking. You absolutely feel it and experience it. Then you reprogram the limiting beliefs to an empowering beliefs, which is very, very essential for the manifestation to work. All the points are essential. That's why we completely discuss deep dive into all these 4 points in the upcoming 4 sessions. And last, acceptance and expressing gratitude. Okay, so finally, the sculptor says, once all my work is done, or all along the process also, I do not worry about the result or whether people will like it or any kind of result. I will not worry. I accept it as it is, and I feel very, very grateful for every step in my journey. That's what the sculptor says. That is how our inner state should be during the entire journey, right? Process oriented, not result oriented, which is very, very important for the manifestation to work. And it's a core principle of the manifestation science itself. Because gratitude is the greatest form of receivership. Through that, you are experiencing, you're signaling to the universe that you are enjoying, that you already have that and you are enjoying it. So the universe says, okay, I'll give this more and more. Okay. So friends, yes, now let's go and sculpt our own dreams too. Yes. And deep dive into the next 4 sessions, and then let's see let's believe in the process, completely trust the process first, and let's sculpt our own dreams, okay, without any doubt, without any hesitation. Okay. And of course, every dream of us, when it involves some percentage or 100% for a greater good, for the service of others, it is great. Yes, and every meditator will have their goals set accordingly, right? For themselves and for others also. So that's it for today, for session 1. So we'll see you all in session 2, that is tomorrow at 6 to 8:45 a.m. IST timing. And we will go through other topics, session 2 topics, which will greatly involve the first 2-3 points, the develop focus and one-pointedness, openness to possibilities, goal setting and visualization. And by the end of session 3, you would have your own vision board too, which they will let you know in session 2 what materials you should have it ready for session 3. That will be in tomorrow evening, right? So yes, and then the last 2 points we will cover in session 4 and session 5, that is on Sunday. Okay, so yes, awesome. And there is always the recording is there, the YouTube is there recording, but this YouTube recording will be there only when the live sessions are going on like this, and later you will have the recording in the app, the Elevate Your Energy program in the app, which we will tell you more details about it later in the upcoming session. Okay, friends. So yes, we'll wrap up the session for today. I feel you hold on. If you have any questions, any queries, just note it down and keep it ready. Once at least let the session 2 get over, many of your queries will be answered through the sessions itself, and then we will give time for Q&A from session 2 onwards. Session 2, session 3, session 4, session 5, we will have the Q&A segment also. But till then, just note it down, yeah, because we have just touched the foundation of the manifestation science. From tomorrow, we'll go deep dive inside it. And I hope you are very, very receptive to receive this knowledge. And of course, we will be really glad to hear about your manifestation experiences in the upcoming sessions too. Okay? Okay, friends and masters, we'll wrap up the session for today. So, heartfelt gratitude to you all for joining us today. See you all in session 2. That's tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you to our team too.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere and the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is